they will know who, it just looks so much more professional. And you just do it one time and it's there. So this is what your showing email would look like if you marked it, if you checked it and said, yes, I want an email. Patricia Garner showed my listing on Legends Way. At that time, at that date, here's her telephone number, and there is the link to her email. So I can just go straight into the email and email whatever I want to say to her. My showing activity report. These reports you can look at any time, and you can put your, as I said, once you put your photograph there for the listing, everything is there. You can send this to your homeowner, but now a lot of agents don't want the showing agent's name to show when you send your report to a homeowner. You want them to know it was shown, but you don't necessarily want them to see who the showing agent was. So you can mark that and say, okay, send this report, CC this person, send it to this other person, whatever, and send it without the showing agent's details. Then that report would go without the details. Okay? But it would still show when it was shown, what time, and the key that showed it. Send showing agents listing updates. This is a real neat tool. So say, for instance, you've had a listing for like 3 months, and 20 agents have shown it, and it didn't sell. You've talked the homeowner now into reducing the price, and you want to notify those 20 agents, hey, come back for a second look. So you type your email, you've got your photograph of the house, you've got your photo there, and say, okay, my client decided to lower the selling price, and if by chance your client is still interested, please contact me. Or if you get another listing that's similar to the one that, you can do the same thing. You press one button, and that email will go to those 20 agents. It does not show it's a blind copy. So in other words, they don't see who else is getting it. And also, if there's somebody on that list that you don't want to share the good news with, you just deselect them and they don't get the good news. So this is basically, you literally are going in and just doing it the way you want to do it. Okay? It's like having, like I said, your own web page in key activity reports. This is another nice report to have that you can use for your expense reports. It tells you where your key has been. All the addresses that you've opened, the boxes that you've opened, it gives you all the addresses. So you can use it for your expense reports. You can use it for the IRS records at the end of the month, end of the year, excuse me. And if you forgot to print them out and stuff, you can always call Supra, toll-free number that I'm going to show you, and ask them to please send me the report for the last year. I need it for my IRS records. So you have the ability, go in and have a look and see what reports you would be interested in using. You've paid for the service. It's part of the key service. So regardless of what key you have access to this as long as you register your lockboxes and then assign the MLS number to that lockbox. And you'll get all these comprehensive reports. And that's going on to supraekey.com. You have the guide in front of you, the Supra Web Guide. And also check out the online resources that we have. A lot of realtors, there's brochures there, for instance, that when you go on a listing presentation, there's a home seller flyer that's the most downloaded. It's all PDF, so you can print them out, put it in your listing presentation. It makes you look a lot more professional, and it tells your homeowner the security behind the system, and it will also tell your homeowner that it's the most secure place for their front door key because it's recorded. It's like if you kept the key, it's your word against somebody else's, okay? This, and it also tells them on that same flyer, and this is a NAR statistic, not Supra, that homes with electronic lockboxes sell 30% faster. That's just a NAR statistic. There's also videos, user guides, sales tools. Go in and have a look and see which ones you would use. And even before the install, you can go onto our website, and although you can't log in, you can go down to training, right at the bottom. Tap on training, and it has all the keys, all the website, the boxes, everything right there, and you can just go in and have a look and see what the differences are, etc. Our agent support number is open 7 days a week, Saturdays, Sundays. Again, this is a service that you have paid for. If you are out in the field somewhere and you don't know how to do something, or you've forgotten how, or your key doesn't seem to be working, call them. This is the number that is open until 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and it's closed Christmas, New Year, Thanksgiving, Easter, 4 days a year. So you always have access to Helpline. The lockbox conversion is going to be at the Crown Plaza on 28th Street, Southeast, the next exit off 96, is it? Yeah. And it's going to be on August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And you will receive a schedule by email before the event telling you more or less the time that you will come so that you can go through the transition very smoothly. And I believe Julie has made an executive decision that the lock boxes, the central lock boxes, if you return them, try and return them at the conversion, because obviously that week it's going to be a little bit inconvenient to show property. You're going to have to phone the listing realtor and say, what do you have on there? Everybody's going to be in the same boat as you. But you will get the $5 within that first week, even if you return them afterwards. But try and bring them at the conversion, if not within the first week. And you will get a $5 credit to any central lock box that's registered to you. Okay? Now I'm going to take questions. Yes, sir?
Any provision for non-user access without a smartphone?
No. They have to have a smartphone.
Can I comment on that a minute?
Yes.
There is a possibility, one of the things we can consider as an association, and the directors are going to have to talk about that, about having some sort of an active key, or 2 or 3 or 4 here at the association, where they can lease it, borrow it. I mean, that's something that some other associations do have. We can consider that.
So last question. Can you subscribe to both an active key and the key basic?
No, because it's a NAR thing, 1 key per agent.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Homeowner locks himself out, calls us to get in. Is that going to be a $3 charge to allow them to access their own house? It happens.
Cheaper than a locksmith.
I would just get him another key, but I don't think it would be their only key, would it? Okay.
Well, we should mention that, as Patty said, there's a certain number every month of freebies that you'll get.
Each one of us will have?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you will. It just hasn't been decided exactly how many.
It's still under negotiation.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, maybe this is a Julie question. The realtors that are members at West Central as opposed to Brar, are they going to be on this system?
Yes.
Let me quick talk about the whole regional scope. Traverse City and Lansing are not necessarily a part of the SWMRIC agreement that we have right now, but they are both on Supra, and we've talked with both, and we're going to have a reciprocity arrangement with them. So we'll go as far east to Lansing and north to Traverse City. Of the remaining boards in western Michigan, all 11 are part of SWMRIC. There's only 2 small boards that we know of that have not yet opted to go with it. But West Central is in, Montcalm is in, Lakeshore is in. I shouldn't say 2 small boards. Kalamazoo is still on the Centralock system, and their contract is not yet expired, so they're not at a point where they can make that conversion yet. So they're still going to be continuing with the Centralock system for a time. But everybody else within the region that has a system will be, and you won't need any special treatment, special access. We are all going to work with each other's lock boxes.
Okay, so we can use those in the outlying areas.
Absolutely.
And those agents will be able to get in.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
For the non-users, again, it's going to be a set number per key box or per user?
Per user per month.
Per user, per agent.
At the conversion meeting, is that